So a really common question coming to us now is homeowners versus landlord insurance. Are you thinking about just renting out your house, Airbnb-ing it time to time? Are you actually covered? That's going to be important if there's something happens. Somebody's in your house and burns it down by accident. They trip and fall. All these really basic things that could have real consequences. So what is a homeowner's insurance? Typically, homeowners insurance is designed to cover your primary residence. Where you lay your head at night is typically your primary residence. It's going to cover your house, the other structures on the property, your personal belongings. It'll cover liability if someone comes on the property, as well as personal liability coverage typically. Covers loss of use if there's a loss and you can't stay there while it's rebuilt or replaced. This policy assumes that you live there. Now, a landlord policy, sometimes referred to as a dwelling fire policy, is usually used for a non-owner occupied property. Could be for a property that you rent out, or you just have an agreement with a family member or something that they just live there. You don't necessarily have to rent it to be a landlord. Now, this is going to cover things such as the structure, landlord liability if a tenant or guest gets injured and tries to sue. Loss of rental income is another great coverage included in that. And some other optional coverages, we can get things like tenant vandalism coverage. So if they destroy your unit on you, or other things like that, they accidentally burn it down, all these other things. So some of the key differences is what's going to be covered, who's covered, all of these things. And then there's exclusions. So typically your homeowner, if you don't live in it for a certain amount of days, it's usually going to switch and void being a homeowner policy. Also, many of the companies have exclusions on renting them. Some of them allow them. Some of them will also allow you to endorse coverage on to cover this. Let's say you only rent it out for 2 weeks a year, something like that. Some of these things that we need to look out for: vandalism coverage, ordinance or law, so the codes have changed and now you have to replace undamaged portions of the house. Other policies like umbrella coverage. Could this affect your personal umbrella policy? Talk to a good agent that knows about rental properties and that will read the policy more than you will. You need somebody on your side that's going to read this and fully understand the coverage. And we're happy to help you. We'll review whatever you have and suggest things to help protect. So give us a call. Happy to help.